Hi, it's Robin. We're just going to start our next case study events, case study number 8, and welcome. Okay. Sample, okay, February 17th, 1979, Lahore, Pakistan. Okay. Look at the chart. We have the Aquarius, Libra moon, Virgo rising. So, got air, earth. Okay, so well, that's the first initial steps. You have the rational, practical ideas. So we just glance at it. We'll come around this, and I'll just put another one over here. Let's draw it up here. So we'll have it on the side through the whole thing. Okay, good. Okay, so we have the bucket type. All the planets are on one side with the Jupiter on the handle. And we have the waning gibbous moon phase. So there's the sun. You look at the sun in Aquarius, you look across the end of Leo, you see the moon's coming back from Leo, back towards it. And it's between the 135 and the half, and the waxing half. So it's in the waning gibbous phase, okay, in his natal chart. So, okay, so the bucket puts the focus on Jupiter understanding, you know, on learning. It's in the 11th house. It's on having a lot of friends, possibly traveling. It's somewhat being known or having a wide spectrum of people to learn from. Okay. Okay, we'll just leave it there. We'll come back to all of that. But when you think of the Aquarius, Libra, Virgo, you got the air. It's cardinal, fixed, cardinal, and mutable. So there's a bit of everything. But the air and the earth gives the distinct impression of a rational, kind of practical person, not an emotional or fiery person. It's a different quality, different style. Not someone you would find interesting, but not necessarily expect to be sympathetic. You know, you wouldn't have the water element. But we'll see how that's reinforced from the chart. Okay, so that's first impression. That's in the signs points. I think 1 point I will, 1 point I analyze, 2 points, 3 points I balance. Libra, I desire, 1 point I desire, 1 I understand, 1 I use, 3 I know. So I balance and I know. I know how to balance. I know how off balance I am. I know how balanced I am. I can see that. And I keep analyzing it. So there's the Aquarius, the Libra, and the Virgo. The daylight increasing is 6, darkness is increasing is 8. So there's only, that's pretty even. It's a little bit more need to belong, but not outstandingly so. Daylight is greater 4, darkness is greater 10. Now this is a stronger point where it's saying the need to be part of a team, to be a group, to be responsible, to be involved, to be meaningful with others, or to be interconnected with others, and to deal with those responsibilities. That's the strong suit. That's the 10. Doing one's own thing, living one's own way, that's the weaker point. That's 4. Okay. Cardinal fixed mutable 4-5-5. That's as even as you can get. The elements, winter 5, 1 spring, 3 summer, 5 autumn. So autumn and winter are his 2 most active times of the year. And then darkness is greater, that's the 10 points. With the elements, fire 2, air 7, earth 3, water 2. So 7 air, the communication, the thinking, the ideas, the idealization of things. This is his strong element. The enthusiasm of fire, and the emotional expression of, and the emotional taking things personally, those are the 2 weaker elements, whereas the air is the strongest with the practical tinge as the next element. 9 practical, 9 masculine, 5 feminine, so the tendency to need to project this more than reflect on it. And with the rulers, sun rules 1 point, that would be the Jupiter in Leo. The Mercury rules 3, Venus rules 3 points, Mars rules 1, Jupiter 2, Saturn rules 4. That's the Aquarius and Capricorn energy. So Saturn has the most powerful effect in terms of rulerships. Something affects his ambition, his father, his career. It's going to affect 3 points in his chart. But his mind and his Venus also have 3 planets, so they're affected. So anything hitting the Mercury or Venus or Saturn is going to have a fairly predominant effect in his life. Let's go and just double checking the technology. Mercury is still retrograde, so just double checking. Okay. There you go. In the houses, we had rising 7. Okay, so houses we have identity 1, 3 values, 1 expression, 1 security, 3 performance, 1 duty, 1 friendship, 1 conscious. So performance and values are his strongest suit, 5th house, 2nd house. Whereas in the signs, it was I know and I balance. Okay. With the rising and setting, 7 and rising, 5 setting, again, fairly even balance between, need to project a little bit more than react, but it's still fairly even. Above the horizon 2 and below the horizon 10. Now this is strong and it's important because it's really seemingly different than in the houses. In the signs, the darkness is greater, so that's the fall and winter signs. The darkness is greater, need to belong. So in the signs, that's the need to belong and participate. That's a social, communal effect, to be part of something, to be part of the team, part of the group. In the houses, in his personal life, the emphasis is I gotta live in my style, I gotta do it my way. It's I gotta live for you, but I gotta do it my way. So that my lifestyle, I can do anything, but it's gotta support my lifestyle. His lifestyle, the depth is more important. That what he's going through in his personal changes personally is more significant than the outer world, or the outer world goes on, but personally he's going through a lot of inner growth as a below the horizon chart with Jupiter out there. So that means there's going to be a lot of effort. He's going to put a lot of effort into maintaining social responsibilities, connections, commitments. I feel he's obliged to do that, but he's got to find his way to do that. Okay, what can I say about him? We'll come to this in a minute. Okay, angular, succeeding, cadent. Here, there's in the signs that were evenly balanced. The cardinal fixed mutable here, angular 2, cadent 3, succeeding 7 points determined. Okay, 7 points in the succeeding houses: Sun, Mars, Moon, Uranus, Jupiter. So this is a strong side. So there is a determined side to it. I need to have this. I need to use what I have. He's going to use what he has as much as he can in the 10 below the horizon and in his own lifestyle. But he's driven to try and be noticed, to be part of the group or the team by the signs. Intuition 5, thinking 2, sensation 0, 5, feeling. So intuition and feeling, the 2 quadrants below the horizon, are the 2 strong factors. The 2 thinking is thinking about how to impress or how to get energy out or put energy out to people. The 0 sensation, it's the sensation is the 9th to 8th, 7th house quadrants and quadrant, and that's part of interacting with people practically, not taking things, just give and take. You do something, I do something back, we exchange. You do business, you do things, you exchange. That's his weakest point. It's not the point. By the time you take your reactions to others personally, it's gone below the horizon. That's his strong point. That's the feeling quadrant. But the sensation quadrant of interacting indifferently, it's not. This is a funny puzzle because you can see the Aquarius would leave them thinking, be social, be very able to relate without taking things personally, especially with the Virgo rising. But by his houses, he takes things personally. He takes them in. He responds, but he doesn't respond indifferently. He responds personally against how he knows things to be and what he values. That's an interesting little site. This is where you just watch between the two, the houses and the signs, just to see what comes up. And then you sort of play with it and think about when an element stands out, there's almost a tendency to overcompensate that element's there. So he's going to make a point of interacting with other people, even though he's doing it personally from his feelings. He's taking impressions. He would always feel how somebody responds to him. He'd take it personally. If he's liked or not liked, take it personally. You know, but he would not respond. If anything, he would over-respond as much as an Aquarian could over-respond. Okay, so from here, let's just take a look a bit more at his natal chart here, and we'll look at the Sun first. The Sun in Aquarius, in the fifth house of performance, of creative expression, with Mars. That's a very energetic need to perform and play. He is a band leader. He does have a band, an international band that plays around the world in different places. So this is, you can see the strong quality. Like the idea of the feeling, the 5 feeling being below the horizon, and his need to be part of a team or part of the group or be responsible to get the response, to do something creative that gets a response. He would know how to play to a crowd and know how they're responding to him and be able to play that way. So that's a really good creative gift. His Mars and his Sun, they're together, so that adds extra force and extra drive. And it's on the response of the setting side of his chart. So he's always going to overreact, to over-respond, to respond strongly to input. So in his strength, but that Sun Mars is squared by Uranus. It's the only difficult aspect to it, is squared by Uranus. Yeah, he has Mercury conjunct to Sun too, so he probably writes, it's in Pisces, he probably writes a lot of his material or stuff, but he has this need to use it, to do it, perform it, to show it, to get approval, get applause for what he's doing, and in his own Aquarian way. But it's squared by Uranus, so he has a high strongness, he has a nervousness. The Uranus square from the second house, Uranus square brings a worry about money. It tends to make the Sun a little more insecure. And with the Mars, it makes it volatile, it makes it easy to overreact, easier to be disruptive, easy to have things fall apart or things not work out. So it makes it a little accident prone or sometimes klutzy. But the Sun Mars was really very well coordinated. So he has this powerful nature, but he's going to run into, at times he's going to run into big shocks or disruptions. Things will build up big and then they'll fall apart, then they'll build up, then they'll fall apart. He has this, that's the Uranus effect on the Sun and Uranus. So he does his own thing. So he might do something really great, and then just after he breaks away, he doesn't feel like it's that big.